Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So we haven't really seen much movement yesterday or today. Well, yesterday, yes, but not since the last update, I was going to say. So we do see the market is still in the same structure, right? We have not really broken out of this local range to the upside. So we are still caught, you could say, above support. So before this sell-off happened yesterday, before PPI data came out, I highlighted and explained to you obviously what this structure is about, and I explained to you that the support zone ends at $116,930. I also explained to you that there's still a CME gap that might get closed. It got closed. I shared that with you in the last video. Don't need to show that again, but feel free to check out the last video if you're interested. But yeah, the CME gap that really got closed, and we had quite a sharp pullback into Fibonacci support. Nothing got broken, right? So the two scenarios I shared with you yesterday remain valid. And then when the CME gap got closed, which aligned well with the Fibonacci support zone here, then we started to watch for a bounce. And that bounce is unfolding right now. Now, is it really just a bounce, or is it more than that? Honestly, at the moment, it does look just like a bounce. It just looks like this was an A wave down in the yellow scenario. Here, A wave down. We could now be in a B wave, so overnight that B wave might indeed have started exactly from where we wanted it to, but it's not really a strong B wave yet. But it could be an A wave, B wave pullback, C wave to the upside. That is what I'd like to see today. Look, I'm happy if we break out higher directly, as long as we hold support that is technically valid, because and also plausible, because this white count suggests the wave 4 could have bottomed. If we get another leg down and we break support, it's likely the wave 2. Here again, very, very important, as long as the pullback or the correction remains a 3-wave move, I continue to watch for higher. I mean, I've seen it again yesterday, like people calling the bull market top has formed. I mean, nobody said that the day before, right? People calling for a top. I mean, it's just, again, the same, I don't know, it's always the same thing. People, just when we have a bit of a pullback, people start to call the top is in without having any evidence. We have not broken below any support. It's the same thing that happened like August last year. Like, people start to call for top, like major tops to be in without even having the evidence, okay? Just please be aware, there is no break of support yet. It's way too early. But yeah, of course, it could be in. I mean, you know, I'm not denying that, but these are just the attempts to be right in the end, and then having something on the timeline to be able to, you know, I was right, but they call every top like. It's like, we just need evidence for that, okay? It's normal to be a little bit bearish when a correction unfolds. I mean, that is often in a wave 4, you get frustrated. In a wave 2, you get a bit scared. But for now, while we have fulfilled on the micro level pretty much all requirements, and we have fulfilled on the macro level also all requirements, actually got really close to my ideal target area. Of course, top can form at any point. I'm talking about a cycle top here, guys. Yeah, you know that. I mean, I hope everybody who's following these videos knows that my thesis is that we are already in a major topping area. I just need to repeat that again and again, because we get new viewers all the time. All my targets have been reached on this weekly chart, okay? If now a bear market starts, please, it is not a surprise or a large correction that can take us down to around about 60K. Not a surprise, but there is absolutely no break of a previous swing low. There is no signal that a top is in, and I still think we could see higher prices in the short term, so I'm not calling a top yet. Not until I see evidence for it. That should be very, very clear. And yeah, I'm talking about a cycle top, okay? So, but in the short term, I see this either as a wave 2 or a wave 4. So in other words, I see it as a corrective pullback. Even though this was a sharp move down, absolutely. But again, we haven't even broken support. If this is a wave 2, we should see a B wave bounce into the resistance area and then a C wave decline. Resistance starts at 119,838. Then we've got 120,640, 121,448, 122K, yeah, and so on. So looking for that. If it's the white count, we could go higher more directly. But again, as you see in both counts, I still prefer higher. When will I change my view? If we see a 5-wave move down instead of 3. And so far, as long as we're holding support and the pullback remains corrective as per the yellow count here, yeah, and instead of 5 waves, then I'm going to watch for higher. You know when I will flip probably bearish? When we see this. Okay, that's not even a strong decline, but that would be the first strong signal that we have topped. A 5-wave move down, especially if we break below 112k. Now, if we then, there's normally no need to panic then, because it should be followed by a corrective rally anyway, a so-called 1-2 setup. And then the wave 2 bounce, is our warning, or not only warning, that would be further confirmation. The 5-wave move down is the warning. The corrective rally afterwards would be the confirmation. All right, so that should give you some clarity about what we expect today. Also, the parameters should now be clear for today. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, feel free to join us on X for additional updates. Follow us here for additional charts, video updates, written updates, memes, news, and much more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.